What's up with it? You watching the Big Bomber TV? And yeah, we about to check out this video from the YouTube channel Culture Spill. And the title is Here's What Happened to Diddy's Best Friend Who Knew About Biggie. Yeah, man, they talking about Wolfe, man, you know what I'm saying? Diddy bodyguard, muscle, and supposedly best friend, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, crazy situation. I heard a little bit about this story, you know what I'm saying? And it definitely do seem like Diddy sent that boy on a crash out mission, man, for real though. So yeah, man, so shit, it definitely seems like it's a possibility Diddy set that boy up, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, I haven't checked out the video, don't know what they talking about like that, you know what I'm saying? But let's check it out and see what they talking about. Yeah.
I know that Hollywood has a bunch of dark secrets, especially when it comes to the mysterious unaliving of people who knew a lot. And when it comes to Diddy, one of these mysteries is the truth about what really happened to his best friend Anthony Wolfe Jones. You know, the one who was rumored to be Justin's biological dad, and the one who allegedly knew the truth about what happened to Biggie. Child, a lot has come up about Wolfe in the recent past. But was his death caused by a power struggle in the criminal world, fueled by Wolfe's own legal issues and alleged attempts to distance himself from a life of crime and from Diddy? Honey, this is exactly what we are going to be figuring out. Okay, for a bit of background, Wolfe was with another man, apparently after an argument over a woman at 4 a.m. at a bar in Buckhead in 2003. Based on police reports, two other men also later checked into an area hospital and were believed to have been wounded in the heated exchange. But something about Wolfe's death has never sat well with people, and guys have always suspected that Diddy may have had something to do with his death. You see, the thing is, Wolfe was more than just a bodyguard for Diddy. He was a gatekeeper to Diddy's personal life and protector of his empire. In fact, at a time when the East Coast-West Coast rivalry between Death Row Records and Bad Boy Records was at its peak, Wolfe's presence provided not only protection, but also an unmistakable aura of authority. This means that he saw a lot, he knew a lot, and was involved in a lot of the crimes involving Diddy. Allegedly, when things got too thick and he wanted to leave the life of crime and Diddy behind, Diddy allegedly set him up to be unalived. Now, what a lot of people may not know is that a couple of days before Wolfe was unalived, Kirk Burroughs claimed in a federal lawsuit that Diddy authorized the 1995 unaliving of Big Jake Robles, a close friend of Suge Knight and mentor of the mob Piru Bloods. In the 37-page sworn legal document, Kirk Burroughs claimed Diddy set up an organization dubbed the Enterprise, which took part in several unalivings and extortion. Then he claimed that Wolfe was the triggerman behind the death of Big Jake at an after-hours party following Jermaine Dupri's birthday celebration. Apparently, Wolfe was a key witness in this case, but a week before he could testify, the incident at the bar took place. Reportedly, this was just supposed to be the beginning of Wolfe spilling the tea.
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie, man, they be saying like Puff like a weenie and shit like that, but man, that boy might be behind some real grimy ass shit, man, for real, even kind of snakish shit. But yeah, man, if he had dudes putting in work like that, man, that boy really grimy than a motherfucker, man, for real.
And I've seen sources claiming that he was willing to reveal a bunch of other stuff like what really happened to Biggie. Like I said, Wolfe was very crucial at the time when there was a feud between the East Coast and West Coast, and Diddy leaned on him not just for protection, but for guidance as well. So if Diddy needed to do anything to Biggie or anyone else on the other side, the first person he would go to was Wolfe, not only for guidance, but also for muscle. We've already established in previous videos that Diddy had a certain jealousy for Biggie's friendship with Tupac before they started feuding. Apparently, Diddy wanted a friendship with Pac, but Tupac wasn't interested because he didn't have any kind of respect for Diddy. In fact, the assumption is that Diddy was the one who initiated the beef, and he is the one who pushed Biggie to write beefy songs. He even released Biggie's single Who Shot Ya in 1995 because he knew that it would be viewed as a jab at Tupac. But other than initiating the beef, Diddy also wanted full control of Biggie's music, and he did everything he could to make sure Biggie never left Bad Boy.
I think he wanted to get Biggie away from Pac because Pac actually already been in the industry, you know what I'm saying? And with Biggie being his friend, he could have put Biggie on game like what's a decent contract, what's not a good contract and all that. So I think that really did come into play, man, with Diddy damn near trying to rob Biggie, you know what I'm saying? He definitely was robbing that nigga. No, Big wasn't getting paid like he was supposed. Big was building a house for his mom and ran out of money, so we know he wasn't getting paid like he should. And at the time he had hits out, man. So yeah, man, Puff been robbing dudes, man.
Is actually something that several people have said, including Gene Deal, who spilled that Biggie planned to leave Bad Boy Records behind for a whopping $62 million deal.
And Big was showing me a contract because I was saying to Big,
that's a lot.
And Big was like, yo, Gene, I like you. I would take you with me, bruh, but you love that too much. I said, love that much? What the fuck you? I love it much. He said, yeah, you love him too much, bruh. I would take you with me. I said, nigga, how you gonna take me with you and you broke? He said, I'm broke. I said, yeah, broke, man. You owe Mike Gadget $30,000 for the system and them drop boxes he put in your truck. And he was like, yo, how you know that? I said, talk and run their mouth big. Yo, he said, oh.
Man.
He said, but I'm about to get this money. So he showed me, I said, you about to get that money? He said, yeah, look at this. It had Charlie Baltimore, Cameron, Little C's, Little Kim, Junior Mafia, Tracy, I don't know, Tracy Murray,
Tracy Lee.
Tracy Lee, and the commission. And I think the contract was for so many years for like 62 million. It comes out to like $62 million.
Damn.
I was like, that's what I said. I'm like,
Man.
As a matter of fact, Gene Deal also said that whatever happened to Biggie was definitely an inside job.
I ain't gonna lie, that boy Big definitely had a plan. I ain't gonna lie, man. I wonder what Cameron would have been sounding like under Big, though, man. That shit probably would have been crazy, because I think Cam down there, like, underrated. He was under Big, man. It probably would have been a whole different situation, for real.
Because on the day Big died, his car was the only one that was marked. Like, somebody literally put a target on him to be taken out, and it had to have been done from the inside. And get this, in the Rolling Stone article that exposed Diddy, hip-hop photographer Monique Bunn confirmed that Biggie was actually planning to leave Bad Boy and was negotiating for his publishing rights before he was unalived. The very same publication also noted that in the aftermath of Biggie's death, Diddy reportedly pressured Bad Boy employees to focus on marketing and album sales for Biggie's release, Life After Death, because he was so obsessed with the album being number 1 and staying in the top 10. Most people who did the interview actually said that it did not look like Diddy was grieving. He was solely focused on pushing the numbers. And it was really hard for the employees because, unlike Diddy, they just wanted to mourn their friend and colleague. The former employees also said that even after Biggie died, Diddy still tried to steal his shine. And there's an incident that was narrated by Kirk Burrows claiming that Rolling Stone approached Bad Boy with the opportunity for Biggie's legacy. But instead, Diddy wanted the spot. Kirk said he was telling Diddy, let's make it Biggie. You still have a chance for a cover in the future. But Diddy responded, no, he's dead. I'm putting out Combs' debut album, No Way Out, in July. I need to be on the cover of Rolling Stone. And just like he wanted, Diddy ended up on the 1997 cover of the publication titled Puff Daddy, the new king of hip-hop. The Rolling Stone article also highlighted that 2 years after the cover dropped, Diddy did an interview with them where he admitted that Biggie's death brought him so much money when he told them, I think his passing added to the fame. At least 2 million of the nearly 5 million copies of No Way Out sold were due to his death, straight up. And that doesn't necessarily feel good, but that's the reality. Then there's Biggie's own mom, Valletta Wallace, who previously said that she and LAPD detectives who investigated the case know who is responsible for her son's death, but a conspiracy prevents the case from ever being solved. She said that she knows the LAPD did their investigation and found out what happened, but they just refused to move forward, and she doesn't know why to date they haven't arrested who was involved. According to Valletta, she said it seemed to her that it was one giant conspiracy and someone was definitely being protected somewhere down the line. Also, when she was talking about agreeing to be part of the project City of Lies, which centers around the corruption involved in suppressing the investigation, Valletta actually opened up more about the corruption involved and said, I have a strong hope that I don't care that it takes 40 years for the truth just for somebody to be accountable for what they did. Those in high positions try to put the case on the shelf and not let the truth come out. They do not want to expose these police officers for the crooks that they are. You know, all they wanted was to save their retirement. They didn't want to ruffle their feathers. They didn't want people from the East Coast to come over. They did everything they could under the real investigation to put it on the shelf. So if the unaliving of Biggie was an inside job and Diddy was involved, the other person who had all the details was definitely Wolfe. And because this is one of the things he allegedly wanted to confess while leaving behind his life of crime, he had to go. Allegedly. Now, when it comes to Wolfe, there have also been speculations that his proximity to the infamous 1999 Club New York incident made him privy to secrets that someone wanted silenced. Actually, when Gene Deal was talking about this incident, he said that he and Wolfe were given the day off while Diddy and his then girlfriend, Jennifer Lopez, were in the Hamptons together before heading on a Mediterranean cruise. He said that Wolfe was at a party when he got a call from Diddy saying that he'd be joining him shortly, but Wolfe was trying to convince Diddy otherwise. Well, Diddy still went to the bar and attempted to take over the bar while another crew had already claimed a certain section. Deal said Diddy was flossing with bottles lined up across the bar. According to Deal, one individual then went up to Diddy and said, "We got money," and threw cash in Brother Love's face. And that's when the altercation broke out. After the incident, Wolfe was charged with the criminal possession of a firearm in the 2nd and 3rd degree in the Manhattan nightclub trial. But he did not face jail time like Shine, who took the fall. But based on what his lawyer said, said, after the 1999 incident, Wolfe was really trying to change, and his lawyer even said after he was unalive, it's heart-wrenching. I spent a lot of time with Anthony, and he said after the trial that I saved his life. After the Puffy case, he really decided to make a break and was doing real well for himself. Again, if this was another thing he was ready to spill on, there's no way Diddy would let him live. Allegedly, it wasn't just about the crimes and Wolfe wanting to change his life. And I know that y'all have heard the rumors that Wolfe could possibly be Justin's biological father, and this is allegedly something else he wanted to complain about. I mean, a lot of people do say that when it comes to looks, Justin does look a lot more like Wolfe than Diddy. Someone like Gene Deal even said that even though he wasn't there at the time, he could clearly see that Justin looks a lot like Wolfe.
Listen, if you've been in a car accident, don't call an attorney. Use this AI app instead. That's what I did, and that's...
Do you think that Diddy is actually Justin's father?
I wasn't there. You know, but I make indie windows like, damn, how your son look like your best friend?
Man.
If he like it, I love it.
But because Diddy allegedly couldn't bear the embarrassment of Misa having a child with Wolfe, he decided to raise Justin as his own. Well, it wouldn't be surprising if Diddy decided to raise Justin as his own, considering he also adopted Albie Shore's son, Quincy, when he was 3 years old, when Kim began dating him in 1994. Okay, I know that people also...
I ain't gonna lie, man, that ain't such a bad thing. Like, if you ain't had so many allegations and like weird shit on you, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie, man, I wouldn't even want Diddy to take my kids in. Like, nigga, I'm cool.
Also say that Misa took Diddy to court for child support. And to do that, they must have done a test to prove that Diddy is Justin's biological child. Yes, Misa did take Diddy to court in 2004, and she even said this about the situation. It hurts deeply. This is the hardest thing I ever had to do. I'm very sad. I wouldn't have ever imagined it would have come to this. The perception Sean projects outside the courtroom is quite different from the truth. He wants the public to have a perception of him, but the reality is that I'm here asking for money. But for those who remember, the circumstances of that situation were also a bit sus. For instance, when Misa took Diddy to court, she said that she was getting a mere $5,512 a month to look after their son Justin, while Kim Porter was raking in a sweet $35,000 a month deal in child support for their son Christian. Plus, if Diddy legally adopted Justin, it would mean that he was actually legally obligated to pay child support even if he wasn't the biological father. So why would there be such a huge difference in the first place between what Justin and Christian were getting if they were both Diddy's children? Is it because Justin is not biologically his? And did this scenario have anything to do with Wolfe's death? I mean, maybe Misa could help us clear this one up, but will she? Anyway, there have also been allegations going around claiming that Diddy could have actually been behind the setup that led to the death of Wolfe because he apparently owed Wolfe a lot of money. And because Wolfe was thinking about leaving his life of crime behind, Diddy did not see any point of paying him. So you see, it's a bunch of details that actually boil down to Diddy possibly having had a hand in Wolfe's death. But do they make sense to you? Do you believe that Diddy set up his best friend to be unalived? Honestly, I'm dying to know your thoughts.
Man, that's crazy. I ain't gonna lie, I was thinking that, man. I was thinking like, damn, maybe he owed him some money or something, or promised him like a business deal or something, you know what I'm saying? And Puff was trying to go back on the business part of something, man. Especially if he was around since like damn near the beginning or something, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, he probably promised them something. Hey man, when we get this money, I'm gonna put you in position, man, and all this and that, you know what I'm saying? But then at the end of the day too, that boy Puff probably was scared of that nigga. He was with the shit, you know what I'm saying? He bust some niggas' heads and shit, and Puff know about that shit. And Puff down there sent him to go do the shit. So yeah, man, Puff know that nigga with the shit, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I think Puff down there sent him on a crash out mission, man, cause he know, like if he was gonna be playing with that nigga money or something, man, it might have been repercussions, man, you know what I'm saying? So man, I'm not sure, but man, that do make sense though, man. Shit, let me know what y'all think about it in the comments though, man. You know what I mean? Like, share, subscribe to the Big Mama TV. Appreciate y'all for watching. Appreciate y'all for supporting. Until next time, peace. Yeah.